Welcome. We're just going to talk today about Catalina Island. So, let's see, it's asking me to set a live goal, so let's do that. Let's do something reasonable. How do I do that? Oh, let's do 5. Okay, confirm, set, confirm. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we've got it set to 5 heart me's. So if you want to join, just tap that little orange heart. It says I'm D2. I don't even know what that means, but hey. So we're talking today about Catalina Island. I'm sitting on my back patio. I look like I'm bald because I have my hair in a hair barrette, and I guess the green screen doesn't. I guess I can put my hair over here and make it look like. So some people say Catalina Island is boring. You can see this photo behind me. That is the Green Pleasure Pier, and that's where you can go get all of your tour tickets. So if you wanted to take an excursion or something, then you can do that out on the Green Pleasure Pier. You can also purchase tickets ahead in advance before you even go on the island or on the ferry. Just sending this out, so bear with me. And I'm talking as if there are actual people in here, but there are not. So, Catalina. How do you get to Catalina? Catalina is about, I want to say 20 miles, but that sounds too close because it takes about an hour to get there from Los Angeles, Long Beach Harbor. There are different ports that you can go from. San Pedro, you can go from Long Beach, or you can go from Dana Point, and the port that has the most options is going to be the Long Beach port, and that will be with the Catalina Express, and it is about a 70-minute ride, 70-minute ride on a ferry. So if you take a ferry from Long Beach Port, then you will be able to get to Catalina in about 70 minutes. I'm trying to find a better spot. I'm on my back patio, so either I go blind or I can't see the comments. There we go. Let me get in a kind of a shady spot. The sun will be down in a little bit. So you take the ferry from Long Beach, Dana Point, or San Pedro, and it's about a 70-minute ride. If you go from Dana Point, that location is actually a little farther, so that ride will take about 90 minutes. And then you will dock in Avalon when you arrive at Catalina Island. Avalon is the main city in Catalina. Okay, let me see what I can do. Get closer to my chicken coop. There, now I'll be in the shade. There we go, that's better. So you will dock in Avalon. Avalon is the main city. It is completely walkable. The only vehicles there are people who live there, and I believe the current wait is about 15 years to get a permit to bring your vehicle over to Catalina. But the main mode of transportation there is golf carts. There are electric golf carts and gas-powered golf carts. So when you visit for the day, you can rent a golf cart. And I really suggest doing that because I'm trying to show you, that's a photo of the Green Pleasure Pier. You see my daughter's swimming pool is back there, but I mean behind the green screen. So once you arrive in Catalina, you can do many different things. So here's the itinerary that we had. We stayed at the Queen Mary on Friday night, and then walked from the Queen Mary over to the ferry landing. It was about a mile walk, and it's very easy, pedestrian friendly. Walk from the Queen Mary over to the Long Beach ferry landing to catch the Catalina Express. We caught the 6 a.m. Catalina Express, and then we rode for 70 minutes, 70, and docked at Avalon Harbor. When we docked at Avalon Harbor, we knew that we were going to go and eat breakfast. We already had pre-purchased tickets for 2 different excursions, and we had them timed out so that we had one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And so we arrived at the I think they call it the Cabrillo Mole, M-O-L-E. That's like the main area at the ferry landing. And so at that location, you can also purchase your tickets to different excursions and activities for the day. It is recommended that you get them before. If there's something that you really want to do, go ahead and purchase them before you go over to Avalon. So the first thing we did is go eat breakfast. We ate at Jack's Original, I believe that's what it's called, Jack's Original, and they have traditional American breakfast. They have eggs Benedict, pancakes, waffles, sausage, burritos, all kinds of different, like something for everybody. I had the Nova Scotia eggs Benedict, and it was so delicious. And my husband had a breakfast burrito that was like mega size. And then after breakfast, we did a little bit of shopping, and we did shopping on our way to the golf cart rental. Now, one tip is kind of scope places out before you get there, because we found that the very first restaurant that you come to as you're walking from the ferry landing to Avalon, like Main Street, which is Crescent Avenue, is packed. There was tons of people, but we had already kind of given ourselves a heads up that there's another breakfast place around the corner. So there's lots of little side streets. It's very walkable. So we went to the little side street, and we went to that restaurant, which was less crowded, but as the day went on, it became more crowded. It's just that the first place people get to that early in the morning, they went to the very first place. I believe that was called the pancake breakfast house or something. It was packed. So anyways, we went around the corner to Jack's. We had a delicious breakfast, nice coffee, get ready for our day, and then we decided we would go and rent the golf cart. So the golf cart that we decided to rent, the company we used was called Island Rentals, and that is located off of the main street. So if you are leaving Avalon and kind of walking back towards the ferry landing, it will be on that road kind of by the park and the basketball courts. So their offer is you can pay for 2 hours in advance, and then they prorate you when you return the cart. They'll give you a refund of the unused amount of time. You can definitely spend more than an hour, maybe even more than 2 hours, if you decide to stop and have breakfast at a restaurant, or or rent the cart and then go have lunch or stay touring up at like the Wrigley Memorial or something like that. You can definitely take more time, but we decided we would take the route that was suggested on the Island Rentals website, and then we went around the island, up around Mount Ada and up past the Wrigley Mansion, and then touching on all the sites that were shown on the map. There's a spot where we could stop to take photos and see the scenic overlook over the city of Avalon. That was really awesome. And then we knew that we had tickets to board the semi-submersible at, I believe it was at 10:45, so we wanted to get there by 10:30. So we did our golf cart rental for a little over an hour, but the guy was really cool. When we went back to return the golf cart, he said, oh, I'm just going to give you your second hour back. So he didn't even prorate it at all. He just gave us the whole $60 back. Now that location is cash only. I believe the first hour was $70 and the second hour is $60, but prorated whenever you return the cart. Okay, let me stop yammering. Hey Ryan, welcome, welcome. You're my one and only solo viewer right now, but that's cool. One person, 10 people, 200 people. I'm fine with it. So I'm just chatting about Catalina Island. So if you have any questions about Catalina Island, let me know. And that is located off the coast of California, right off the coast of Los Angeles. It is considered part of Los Angeles County, but the only way to get there is by boat. And interestingly enough, I have heard of people renting oh, what the heck is it called? Like a Sea-Doo? What do you call it? A jet ski? And going from Long Beach or wherever the location is to rent the jet skis and riding a jet ski over to Avalon. Now, I do not know how to swim strong enough that I could save myself. So, hey KB, welcome, welcome. So imagine, like in my brain, it sounds like that would be an amazing adventure because they have, I've seen scenery where people are riding the jet ski and then they ride like through a pod of dolphins, or dolphins are riding along next to them. And you know how dolphins can be playful like that. I would be terrified. I would be convinced I'm going to fall off, and you know, I would have like this life jacket on steroids and probably have to take Valium or something. But it sounds like a grand adventure to ride a jet ski from Long Beach over to Avalon Harbor. So let's see, I'm checking who's still in here. Hey Lonnie, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm just talking about my most recent adventure to Avalon on Catalina Island. Okay, so left off at going to rent the golf cart, and we did that at a place called Island Rentals. It's a little bit off the beaten path, so then it wasn't as crowded. There was another location, I believe it's right on Crescent Avenue. It was packed with people. And that location offers a 6-seater golf cart. But the problem is, oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you. Yay, we got 27 hearts. Woo, woo, woo. Tap the screen, guys, whoever's here. Thanks so much for the support. I'll take what I can get. So some people were saying, oh, if you have 6 people in your group, then you need to go to this one location that offers a 6-seater golf cart. But the people that sit on the back of the golf cart are going to be facing backwards. So for me, I don't know the price comparison, but I would rather split the group in 2 and then go to the other location that had fewer people. Each of those golf carts is only a 4-seater, but it seemed to me that it would be much more visitor friendly as far as riding around the island and then being able to see where you're going, not facing backwards. So let's touch a little bit on the golf cart situation. People who are visiting the island will need to go around the island using a golf cart. Now, you cannot go around the entire island because the island is under a conservancy. And so if you want to, now I'm going to say drive, bike, hike, but I'm not 100% sure on whether driving is an option because only people who live on Catalina can have an actual vehicle there. Everybody else is using golf carts, and even people that live there might own a golf cart that they use to get around. So if you are going to go to the interior, is what they call it, you would need to get a permit to go hiking or biking. And I'm pretty sure that all of the rental places do not allow you to take the golf carts to the interior. So if you're planning your trip to Catalina, then you would not be able to ride the golf cart to the interior. But there are a lot of different tour companies that offer tours to the interior, and I'll talk about that when we get to the afternoon portion of the itinerary. So we drove the golf cart up around Wrigley Road, and then that was like a windy, steep road that was really cool. And my husband was driving, and he had certain spots that we were going to stop, and then we could take photos of the city down below and have an overview of Avalon, see the harbor, the boats, the casino, and all the city below, as well as there is a scenic point where you can stop and kind of hike down this little path. It's very paved, it's laned with bricks, and then it's smooth for people that aren't mobility challenged. You can walk down there, and there's a big cross. You could take a photo by a cross. There's a really cool brick archway you can walk under and take photos by the archway. So that was really cool. And then you can tour around the city of Avalon, and that's going to include going up to the Wrigley Memorial, and that is Wrigley as in the gum company. We have a little bumblebee visiting us. And then also just around certain roads on the interior, or not the interior, the perimeter of the city. Sorry, I have to let my dog out. Kind of like when mom gets on the phone and everybody needs something. So you can drive the golf cart around the perimeter of the city and have a faster way to get around. It is all very walkable, but the golf cart will help you get up the steeper paths and then see more of the city in a shorter amount of time. Okay, so we rented the golf cart for about an hour, toured around the city, self-paced, and then we had tickets for our first excursion, which was the Semi Submersible. Now, we purchased our tickets from Catalina Adventure Tours, and the first excursion was the Semi Submersible, and that is a submarine that you will go partially underwater, so you can't see like the surface of the water once you're in the submarine, but there are portholes where you can view through and see all the fish and the sea life that might show up. It is the ocean, so anything that shows up, then you're going to have an opportunity to see it. You're riding through the kelp forest, you're seeing a bunch of different kind of fish, and the narrator on the tour will tell you about the fish and the area and what type of fish typically appear there. Now, another thing that was really cool is they have this thing, it's called a fish food launcher, and you can get different price points. So you could get four launches, 8 launches, or I think it was 12 launches for different prices. And then as you're going along, you'll see in the semi-submersible, there's like a little launch button at each porthole. So each person that's looking out the porthole will be able to hit their launch button and then launch the fish food out to the fish, and then they swarm up to the porthole, and you'll be able to see them up close, like really up close, like right there. And it's very comfortable. The temperature inside there is very comfortable. The seating is comfortable. And then you just launch your fish food out at your own pace. And that is optional. You do not have to buy the fish food, but it adds another little fun element. So when you are done with the tour portion of the semi-submersible, they opened it up and they said, oh, now we can go up top on top of the platform of the semi-submersible, and we were able to stand up there as the semi-submersible was cruising back into Avalon Harbor to dock for us to get off. So that was really cool. Then let's see, what was next? We did some shopping. We went for a cocktail. We walked right along the main street, which again, Catalina is very walkable. The only people with actual automobiles there are owners and are property owners, or no, people who live on Catalina. And so there's a certain limited number of actual automobiles that are allowed there, and the wait list is about 15 years for anybody else that wants to get approved to bring a vehicle. So if they want to sign up, and then, you know, they have to wait the 15 years. So after our shopping, we were going to go on the afternoon inside adventure tour. And what that is, it takes you to the interior of the island, and you visit an area called the Airport in the Sky. There is an airport on Catalina, and that is located way up on the top of the hill on the interior. And so the dock area is called Avalon. This place where the airport is called the Airport in the Sky. And then there is another location. There's 2 harbors that is also like near, like on the other side of the island. Avalon is on the east side, 2 harbors is on the west side, but there's limited transportation. You can't just like call an Uber and go over there. You have to check out different transportation options to see how you can get over to 2 harbors. Okay, so when we rode on the Inside Adventure Tour or Inland Adventure Tour, again, it's offered by Catalina Adventure Tours. It was an open air vehicle with 20 people on there, and then they drive you up through the interior, and you have an opportunity to see the different wildlife on the interior of the island. So a couple things about the animals and the wildlife that are on the island. During the 1940s, Catalina Island was a popular place for making movies and for people of Hollywood to go and escape and have like a little mini vacation. So part of getting ready for filming there, they would bring the wildlife onto the island. So some of the animals were deer, the mule deers, and also bison. The bison population is actually reducing right now, which I was surprised to hear, but it makes sense. So we first went, my husband and I went together in 1999. I had been to Catalina before that, but when we were there in 1999, there was about 1,500 bison. Now there are about, I want to say 150, because they started to limit their ability to procreate by using contraceptives, because the bison are so large and destructive, just because that's just the way that they are. They're large, heavy animals. They roll, they dig, they, you know, and so they were ruining portions of the island. So as part of the conservancy efforts, they are giving the bison shots so that they are having contraceptive, they can't reproduce. So the tour operator told us that the last baby that was born was in 2013, and the life expectancy of the animal is 20 to 30 years, I believe. So even that baby is going to be not living much longer. We did see one bison close up, like really close up. He was right by the road. I did get a video, and I have that posted on, I believe it's on YouTube and here. So then we saw a deer, we saw hawks, we saw another person in our bus saw a fox, and then we saw the bison. The fox is the only animal that they are leaving to its natural state, so to speak. Like, they're not interfering with it, because that fox is a native to the island. So if you are going to the island to see bison, it could be a little bit tricky because their numbers are diminishing on the island. So the Inland Adventure Tour was 2 hours long. That included about a 20-25 minute stop at the Airport in the Sky. The Airport in the Sky is just another opportunity to see some history and memorabilia of Catalina, and the history of Catalina Island, and some of the things that would happen with relation to aviation. And they have a hangar there that has like a mini museum. We did not go into that mini museum. We went into the other building that has the restaurant, a gift shop, restrooms, and that area also has a seating area and photographs around the inside that you can also explore and see some more history about the island of Catalina. So let's see what else. Then after that 2-hour tour, we walked around some more. There is a building, the big round building that everybody pretty much recognizes. It's called a casino, and that is Italian for gathering place or dance hall. And inside the casino now, it isn't a gambling place like we think of. It's an entertainment place. So they have a movie theater there. They also have a skating rink, and they have special festivities throughout the year, special events, special festivities. There are a lot of really cool bars in Avalon, in the main city. There are a lot of places to shop, eat, and of course hotels, different types of lodging. There are different campgrounds, so if you want to camp, but you do need to bring all your equipment. I believe they do have some sort of option for renting equipment, but again, that would be limited basis, and I believe it would require a prior reservation. So that's another thing you can do on Catalina. They have horseback riding, and I spoke with the girl at Catalina Adventure Tours, and she did say that the horses at the stables where they do the horseback riding, are much better shape now. If you've ever been to Catalina, the stables and the riding area and just the whole like visual of that area was kind of run down, not very well taken care of. And now they look like they're really taking an interest in making that a better offering and opportunity. So if you want to do horseback riding, I believe they do have guided tours where you can have a guide that will go with you to different areas of the island. That would be another way to explore the interior. And again, walking. There's so much to see. You can go swimming. There's a beach right there. Snorkeling, scuba. You can rent a little boat. You can rent a golf cart. You can do excursions such as there's a, what do they call it? A typhoon boat that will take you from Avalon around the island over to 2 harbors. There is also something that is fairly new. I believe it started after COVID, and it is a glamping opportunity where you can sign up to participate in this glamping. Everything is already there for you. You can even purchase a food option where it includes all your dining. It is not cheap, but there are fabric tents, and I believe I saw some cabins as well. So that's another opportunity for lodging on Catalina. And there is an area called Hamilton Cove that has some condominiums that are on a hillside that are also like a vacation rental opportunity for lodging. And of course, lots of bars, places for dinner, places to do karaoke, singing, dancing, all kinds of different entertainment type of stuff it really is a very vibrant island and a very fun weekend trip. I'm interested in actually trying to go for a few days and doing a like a VRBO and hanging out over there on the island. So hopefully someday we have an opportunity to do that and bring you guys some more information. So here I'm just going to see if I can let you see. That is what is called the Green Pleasure Pier, and that is where you can go and get all your excursion tickets, tour tickets, and stuff like that. There is this place right here is a restaurant right there. There's also a restaurant at the end of the pier, but I believe they allow fishing off of the pier as well. So if you have an opportunity, you got to get over to Catalina. I think it's a really fun time. Okay, I'm gonna see how long have I been on live. It's been a long time, and I'm not so used to it. So I'm trying to see where it says how long I've been live, as I just tap around on the screen. All right, well, hopefully you guys had a great time and learned a lot about Catalina, and hopefully you'll be inspired to visit someday as well. All right, guys, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.